Hello, everyone. Welcome to a new episode of the Thrillos Global Podcast. Tonight, your host is myself and Liam. Liam, how are we?
Hi, CJ. Good to be back on together. It's been a while.
It has been. It's been a few weeks at least since I've joined. I know you were live with us last night for a pre-show of Champions League clash between Olympiakos and Borat Kairat Almady in nice Kazakhstan, very close to Europe and everyone there. I guess we'll jump right into it. Um, Olympiakos finally sealed their first win in this season's Champions League, and it came at a good time. I mean, we were due for a win with all the recent performances. I wish we had one sooner than that, but it is what it is. Liam, your quick thoughts on it before we dig deep. Liam, I think you're on mute. Liam, you're on mute. Your mic's not connected. It's
Oh, what happened there? Did you do it?
nah.
Okay, I didn't even click it. Did you hear me at the start?
No.
No. Well, hello everyone. What's it called? Yes. In terms of the clash, yeah, as I was saying, it was good to finally get our first win, but I don't know about you, CJ. That was a painful watch. I was just getting so frustrated. All the missed chances, the referee decisions. Oh my, that was terrible. Just the missed passes that we were doing. It was just such a painful watch. And like I said at halftime, that Astana, Kairat, Mati they're not good enough for the A. They could not hit, but couldn't put 5-10 passes together. couldn't keep the ball. Couldn't create a chance. Woeful. And we should have won about 4-5-0. At least we got the 3 points and we're out. What is a bit disappointing was there was definitely a chance to get our goal difference up, and I saw this post today, which actually I'll get up now so I can read it out when we're talking after. But I'll get it up in a sec. But what's it called? We can still potentially make the 24 with only 9 points, but we would have needed well, we still can now, but we need a boost in goal difference to do it, and we didn't get that today, there was a real big chance. We missed so many opportunities. El Carby today, it was being far out. It was bad. Seriously, some of the missed chances is just unlike him. It's been a bit like him the whole Champions League campaign. He's missed a lot of opportunities. We've missed a lot of opportunities. I think we're in the top 5 for the most amount of shots taken in the Champions League this season, and we've only scored 6 goals, and it just sums up our campaign. We've got an expected goals of like 10, and we've scored 6, which normally you're meant to outperform that with good finishing, and we've significantly underperformed it. So it's just been frustrating. But hopefully we're saving those goals for the last 2 games, which, as we all know, if we win both of them, we will be going through. So yeah, that was my take on it.
Yeah, it's a good point you raise about our finishing in this campaign, and up until the goal, it was the theme of this episode was looking to be a bit different. Um, yeah, it really was one of the most. I don't know, Liam. I don't know about you, but for a long time there, I just felt like, oh, it's Buffos all over again. Nothing's gonna happen. It's gonna end the law. And there were moments where Garat looked like they may have pulled into the lead, and even when we scored, there were a couple moments where they looked like they would have equalised, and yeah, they really just couldn't put the game away. Not only El Carby's miss, Daremi was absolutely howling. At least you can make the case with Daremi. He wasn't expecting the ball to come to his feet so quick. You could see in the replay he kind of stumbles it, but nevertheless, at that level against that sort of team, mate, it shouldn't be happening. Should definitely have been minimum 3-0 that game. With the whole goal difference thing, you said 9 points, Liam. I'm not sure if you meant 11. Did you mean 9 points?
No, I meant 9 points. So I'll get that post up now and I'll read it out to you.
Well, I don't know. I mean, last season, I think Dinamo Zagreb had 11 points and they didn't qualify. So even with 11 points, it's
based on the way the Champions League got. This is by official football data. So with 11 points, we have a 99.9% chance of making it out at this stage. With 9 points after the game, we have 42.4% chance of making it out. With 8 points, 5% chance, and with 0 points, with 7 points, 0.3% chance. Which obviously those two options we won't make it, but we still have a 42.4% chance of making it out with 9 points. This is by official football data. So yeah, and if we had scored more today and we'd gotten that goal difference back a bit lower, what's it called? Then we would have definitely potentially had a much better chance of going through with 9, because 42.4% chance is pretty significant for only 9 points. So yeah, that's something interesting. But what this data pretty much confirms is with 11, we will be going through 99.9% chance. So pretty much everything has to go wrong for us not to go through. So we will be through with 11 points if we do that. So if we make that, which is good. And still have a chance with 9. But yeah, we definitely need to be aiming for 2 wins from 2-1 at home against Leverkusen is a must-win game. And then obviously Ajax haven't picked up a point yet. I don't know if they played this morning, but from the last time I checked, they hadn't picked up a point in the Champions League, so that's got to be a must-win game as well. If we want to be doing things in the Champions League, we need to be winning these type of games anyways.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think the goal is to win the next 2 games, even though there's 42% chance at 9 points. It's still in favour of not qualifying if you have 9 points. But the final product has to be better from Olympiakos. We'll dig into the game a bit more, and I don't know, Liam, that first half, it just seemed like Buffos all over again. It wasn't easy. Podence. We need to talk about Podence as well. We brought him in third loan spell. It just roundhouse it, Liam. In a nutshell, for me, this Champions League campaign, has he been outstanding? I don't think he has been. I don't think he's.
No, he hasn't been good enough. He hasn't done enough in the Champions League. He's struggled. He's had a few good moments, like the Arsenal game. I thought he was all right, and he's done some decent things even against Barcelona in the first half. He was all right, but he just hasn't had an output, and it's a bit like a lot of them. Like Almady done, but then his goal against Real Madrid, and obviously that penalty that he scored against Barca, he's been terrible as well in the Champions League. The only one from the front three that I think you can really say has put in some good shifts is Gelson Martins, and even at times he's been a bit questionable, but he's put in some good shifts. It just hasn't really clicked in the Champions League with the front three. I think, it has clicked. They've just been wasteful in front of goals, and just the amount of chances we're missing in the Champions League this year. It's just undescribable. It's just so frustrating. But yeah, hopefully they can turn around again. As I said in the last 2 games, we can get through, and hopefully they can start going in from this point onwards, because it's when we need them the most now. So yeah.
Well, the match against Bayern Leverkusen will say it all. We'll say what has to be said. I mean, a narrow defeat to Real Madrid. At the end of the day, it's a defeat. That's just the way I see it, and it's losing 4-3 to Real Madrid makes the draw to PSV and Buffos look even worse. Liam, I thought we were. I don't want to look back on this campaign with the mentality of, if only we beat this team, if only we did this, only we did that. At the end of the day, if you don't do it, you don't do it. There's no winning, there's no success. You don't go through. That's just the bottom line. And if Olympiakos are gonna turn it around, if Olympiakos are gonna say, and the fans especially, we managed to get through. We have to beat Bayern Leverkusen. That's just simple as that. And not only is that just to go through, but that's just a statement to the fans and to themselves, really, to show everyone that they belong.
Yep.
That's just my view on it, really. It was a good win today. It looked like it was going to 0-0. Again, if it was 0-0, the tone of this episode would be slightly different, but should have been 3-4, 5-0. The chances missed. The offsides as well. I think Olkabi, Chiquinho combined 3 or 4 offsides.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yes.
He finishes them all when we're offside. I think he scored 5 or 6 offside goals this year.
Jesus, man. Honestly, I don't know. But let's just move on to a more positive note. I think Strefeza's really tying into the team very, very well.
Yep.
He wasn't ecstatic today. He didn't make any new bounds for the team, no. But he's looking a lot better. I don't know, Liam. Do you have anything more to add on Strefeza? Obviously, in the past few weeks, he came on against Real Madrid, got the assist. Then in the league as well, he's scored. He's assisted a couple as well.
Yep. I think something that's changed is in the start of the season, it was sort of he was nailed on. He was playing every game. He was the big marquee signing. We'd spent a lot of €8 million on him, whatever it was, and he was playing I'm the superstar of this team, and he wasn't doing much. And then slowly he just got phased out of the team because of how bad he was playing, and then he finally got a chance to come back in, and I think he finally was like, oh, gee, I've got to show my quality here. I don't just get to walk in. And ever since that point, every time he's come onto the pitch, he had the 2 starts, Olympiakos and Orfi, and the Real Madrid game, and then obviously came off the bench again today, and he's shown real quality and shown the player that obviously we paid €8 million for. So I think it was that bit of switching mentality that at the start of the season he was nailed on. He was playing every game. He wasn't worried, but slowly, so many bad performances, and he got phased down. He realised he had to show something, and that's what he's done, because he's clearly got that quality. If we're willing to pay that much, his stats and prove it in the Serie A the last few years. It was just about getting going, and I think he's finally doing that, which is good. And the way Podence is playing at the moment, I think he's really got a case to mount to start starting at the left wing.
I agree with you. Might start to tip in Strefeza's favour. Who gets the go ahead? Look, Olympiakos didn't really play down the left flank a lot, at least in the first half. That's where Podence was, and just every time he was on the ball, you just knew nothing was going to come of it. I don't know. At this stage, and it was similar to last season as well, Liam. I've noticed with Mendilibar now that it's his 3rd season, but his 2nd full season. And even last season, with the new players, the team wasn't gelling very well.
Yep.
They weren't going super well. And even in the Europa League, they weren't getting the results at the start that they wanted. There was a bit of a moment there where they were questioning even qualifying or finishing in the top 8 at least. And I think it was around this time last season, the players that didn't show up showed up at the start. Yep. I feel like it's happening again now. So obviously, Mendilibar can get things out of players. Team's starting to gel a bit better now. However, when it comes to Europe right now, the question is it too little too late? Only time will tell.
Yep.
There's no bigger game than Leverkusen. I can't stress that enough. Other than that, I think Rodinei had a good game.
Bianco, he played very well. I think Rodinei was solid. Good. I think Buzakidis for me was the player of the match.
Yes. Him and Esse are just amazing together. The way they control the midfield, I feel like they just have a really good understanding of each other. Even when it's Mozakidis and Garcia, I just feel like Garcia and SA don't click very well,
Yep.
in my opinion. Yeah. I don't know, Liam. That's all I really have to add about this game. It was just
Yeah,
very.
I just want to say
it was
that
very stressful.
like these players, I haven't seen a kid like that play such a good game, especially on a big stage like the Champions League. What a game! He was controlling the midfield in terms of defensively, winning back all the balls, all the loose balls, those second balls. He was just everywhere. And then the first goal he scored, that ball that he played to Taremi, it's very easy to like not see that channel and just either go back when he's one of there or just go to the side. But he picked it out perfectly for Taremi to put it on a plate, who put on a plate for Martins after. Great ball. Then obviously created those massive chances for Taremi after that, where he hit the post, and El Kabi, who missed the header. He was everywhere. Muzakidis, defensively, attackingly, controlling the game, getting on the ball, spraying the ball wide. He just did everything. It was unbelievable match. And Heze as well, really good. Enabled him to do all that stuff. Also won the balls. He was played a bit more of a simple game where he was just knocking the ball side to side, keeping control, and he was very good. And then I thought Biancon, who hasn't played too much football obviously this season, and most seasons with more of a rotation player, was unbelievable. And Birola too. I think the defense was solid. Zolakis came out of his off his line a few times in a much better way today. Looked much more confident and stable. I thought he was really good in that department where he's been a bit iffy this season. Definitely, we've had our doubts about the way he comes off his line, but today he was really good. Did everything well. Released the pressure for the team. Didn't give up any chances. So it was really good. And then obviously we've said what we've said about the attack, and I think Chiquinho just struggled to get into the game today, and you could just tell that he probably should have not have started, but I think it was the right decision actually, maybe, because Taremi came on and in the 25, 30 minutes that he played, he turned the whole game around for us, and maybe he would have not been able to do that with fresh legs. So yeah,
I agree. And I think it was a perfect game for Tsolakis as well to kind of settle the nerves within himself for a bit.
Champions League clean sheet too.
Champions League clean
First
sheet.
one for Zolakis.
Second one.
First.
Buffos, Nilo.
No, Pascalakis played Buffos.
Did he? Oh, yeah, that's right. He was suspended. Well, there you go. First clean sheet for Tsolakis. My God.
That's it.
I think it's been a topsy turvy season for him so far. I don't know. There's a whole debate with Solakis right now, but I think that's kind of cooled off a bit now with obviously our Tromitos clean sheet.
Famous one.
Yeah. You look. I just really want European football. I just really want it, and I got to say Ortega as well, man. So far, him, Pirola, two of our best players this season. So
Oh yeah. Red Port's on. I like that one, but yeah, 100%.
Defensively, at least with Ortega, he's been.
Yep. Been very solid.
What are your thoughts on Yaremchuk, Liam? Because during this game, I feel like, it looked the Nilo was coming because obviously Kairat were parking the bus. Not as bad as Buffos, obviously, but Olympiakos can't break down a team as well that are parking the bus rather than a team that's somewhat pressing. What would you have done differently? I thought Yaremchuk, take away the goal from Martins for me. I thought Yaremchuk was the guy to come on, not Taremi.
Yeah, maybe. I think it's hard to take off El Kabi, especially when you're chasing a goal. I think, we've seen so many times he could score from nothing. He gets in the right positions at the right time. He knows where to be. I understand that it's hard to take off El Kabi, especially when you're chasing a goal. I fully get that. So that's why I'm not too fussed that he didn't take El Kabi off, even though he's been poor in the Champions League. But yeah, I think Yaremchuk could have added. But then the thing is, Taremi's been our most impactful player, I think, this year, the way he comes off the bench and does something every single time, which he did again today. So I don't know if you could bring Yaremchuk on before Taremi for Chiquinho. So I don't know. It's an interesting one. I just don't know. I don't know. We got three good quality attackers there, and yeah, obviously it's hard to take off El Kabi when you're chasing a goal. Then obviously you can't not bring on Taremi if you're chasing a goal. And Janachuk's sort of like, yeah, he could have broke that down today, the defense, but where did you put him? Where would you put him when you've already got two strikers on, or you had to take El Kabi off to put Janachuk in?
Instead of Taremi. However, what
Yeah,
you're saying makes sense.
I don't think so. I think Taremi's been better than El Kabi this season. Every time he comes on, every time he plays, he's done something. Did you know what his goals per 90 was, by the way, the other week? We said it on the podcast. He was scoring like 2.6 goals per 90. So he's almost averaging a hat trick per 90 minutes he's playing. So like I don't think you can bypass him with Yaremchuk. He needs to be coming on. And he again yesterday, he created two big chances, scored that goal. Sorry, not score that goal. Hit the post on that chance. He had another chance that the tab. He was just everywhere again, and he should have had another goal or two as well to go with it today. So, yeah, I don't think you can go bypass Taremi at the moment.
Yeah, that's a fair shout. How would you line up against Leverkusen?
I don't know. It's a long time away.
No, that's next year now, isn't it? It's not even
it's next year. There's I think I saw today. There's six games in between from now to then. So we've got a lot of football. With the cup, we've got quite a few cup games, got quite a few league games. So it's a long time away, and obviously you probably keep that same lineup, but it depends on who's available, who's been playing well up to that point. I think one big one that we'll have to keep out is the Strafetsa Podence on the wing situation. That's a big one we'll be keeping an eye on. I think in the midfield, it's hard to not be picking Muzakitis at the moment. There'll be a big question whether Garcia or Hezer plays, and obviously Retos will come back into the side, and the defense will probably stay similar. But yeah, it's an interesting one, but it's a long time away, so I think it's hard to sort of pinpoint an exact team from now.
January.
Yep.
Well, one thing I want to bring up, there's been a lot of rumours about Muzakitis as a future.
Yep.
Do you reckon he's staying? Do you reckon he's going? If the right money comes in, are you selling him? I know United are knocking on the door. There's a plethora of clubs looking at him.
Yep.
And obviously, winning the Golden Boy award, naturally you're going to get all the eyes on you.
Yep.
Should we be preparing for the chance Muzakitis might not be at the club after January?
I don't think we'll sell him in January. I don't think we will. I think, especially depending on how we go against Leverkusen, I think maybe if we lose that game or something, then maybe there's a chance he goes because, I think the likelihood increases there because we obviously need Muzakitis for the Champions League. He'll be very important, and obviously by being in the Champions League, we can naturally get some more value from him if he continues to play as well. But I think if we do win that game, I don't think we'll be selling him before the Champions League matches. And I think if we do win those games and we make it out to the next stage, I think he'll be staying. I think he'll be staying regardless. I don't think he would want to leave mid-season like a big transfer move in the middle of the season. What's it called? I think he'd want to just play out the year. I think we've sort of seen with Kostulas when you sort of rush a move, he hasn't really been playing too much, hasn't really been getting that many opportunities so far. Not saying that they're not going to come, second half of the year, next year, the year after. He's going to get opportunities for the money he was bought for. But with Muzakitis, I think he just plays out the year. I think he plays it out. He gets good minutes, gets to properly, enjoy his last season in his home country for, you'd think, a long time. The club that he loves, I think he'd want to stay. I think the club wants to keep him because by playing him more, especially in the second half of the season, you could get more value from him in the summer transfer window, which is when the big signings normally happen. There's not too many big ones that happen in January. So I think he stays to the end of the season from here. Obviously, there's a chance he leaves, and I think that chance increases if we don't qualify for the Champions League next stage. But I don't see what a Manchester United is going to do with him at this stage of the season when they're not even in Europe. They're ninth or whatever, eighth on the ladder that they are in the Prem. He probably wouldn't even get too many opportunities in the starting 11 anyways. They'd probably be I think the reason is clubs clubs might want to buy him so that he doesn't get poached by another club. I think that might be one of the things. But then we might see one of those things where he gets bought, but he stays on loan at Olympiakos for the 6 months and joins them in the new year. I don't see how he's going to adapt in time and all that to a new league in this short span and just go straight into like the Prem or something like that in the middle of the season. I think it's more smart for him to weigh it out. That's the way I see it.
Yeah, that's actually a good point. And what's the minimum you're taking for him if it was up to you?
Oh, it has to be like 45 million. If Kostulas was like around that, it has to be like 45, 50 million, surely.
A bit more than Kostulas, yeah.
Yeah, because I think Kostulas was like 35 or something in the end. I don't
Yeah,
know,
that's right.
or 40, whatever it was. I think he's going to be 45, 50 minimum.
Opa.
And I think if you keep him to the end of the year, you could get 60, 65.
That would surely be enough money for Olympiakos to sign the next 45-year-old, maybe Modric.
Yeah. Then next year, we'll get a whole starting 11 from that money.
That's it, mate. All right, Liam, I think that's all I have to add about that.
Thank you, CJ.
All good. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Please like, subscribe, and peace.
Take care, everyone.